Bonjour, welcome to the first online class of Chapter 3. I'd like you to begin this online class by focusing on the maps, the names of the countries, the names of the continents in French, just as we were doing in class the other day. As you look in your book, you have all of these tools. You have the book itself to read out the pronunciation for you. Sometimes hearing people pronounce words will help you not only learn the new French words, but the masculine and feminine gender of these words for countries, as well as cultures. And you also have this wonderful resource, flashcards. Flashcards are so great. I encourage you to play with these flashcards. See them here. To play also with the words in front of you, and to use another resource in Blackboard, the different links. I've given you a link to the Organisation Internationale de la Francophonie. This allows you to look at the world of French speakers through the perspective of the French language. You're no longer looking at the world from the perspective of the U.S. The U.S., surprisingly, isn't even a member, even though people in Louisiana speak French. So here you have all of these different countries, and you have links to other groups of countries, the Arab League, the Latin Union, the ACP group, the African Union, the EU, the Commonwealth. So all of these maps show you countries. They don't have the masculine or feminine, but I think you can use them as, well, guides to practice, to look at Belgique and to think, and you find Belgique on the map and you say, well, first of all, where is Belgique? It should be right here. Did they make a mistake by not putting Belgique in? Well, playing with Belgique. Well, you can even click, find out information about these different countries where people speak French to different degrees. There are different degrees of Frenchness, right? In Belgium, it's a bilingual country. I encourage you to play. I also encourage you to use this link that I've provided for you, which goes to the electoral map as a way to learn the different states. Most states look the same. Alabama, l'Alabama, Alaska, it's masculine, l'Alaska. Most states are masculine, with the exception of Californie, which you notice has changed from A to E. Californie, la Californie, la Caroline du Nord, la Caroline du Sud, as well as la Louisiana, la Pennsylvanie, la Virginie, et la Virginie occidentale. In fact, perhaps if you're looking for a rule here, the rule would be, well, with the exception of le Nouveau-Mexique, which is masculine, in most cases where you have a change in the ending from A to E, like Georgia is la Géorgie, it also is feminine as opposed to masculine. All of these are wonderful resources for you to use as you play. You'll also notice, in fact, that your first exercises in the book, so the first exercises of your online class, all of these due on 11/9, allow you to continue to play, some through listening, some through your own matching. Some of them ask you to make recordings, which I encourage you to do, and we'll go over the results together in class during the warm-up. All of these allow you to practice immersing yourself in a very structured way. The book is holding your hand through it. For example, quel continent? You hear the name of a country, and then you answer the question, on what continent is this country located? Le pays se trouve dans quel continent? And then you decide l'Amérique du Sud ou l'Afrique du Nord. It's a review of what we've done in class. but the review is helping you learn. You're learning different associations. Oh, this isn't assigned. Francophonie, les nationalités, les pays. It's important with nationalities that you learn to say, for example, l'Allemagne is the country. The nationality, the adjective used for a man or a woman is allemand. And remember, here we are practicing, once again, adjectives, because the nationality is often an adjective. So if you say, oui, voilà, il est allemand, well, that's the masculine. Elle est allemande, that's the feminine. Notice that in French, the adjective is not capitalized. It's not capitalized. So if you said, il est américain, that is a lowercase a. The only time you'll hear américain with an uppercase a is when that américain is really a pronoun standing for American man. Voilà l'américain. There's the American man, as opposed to voilà l'homme, which is the noun, américain, adjective. You have some very interesting exercises here that we've seen where there's the difference between l'origine nationale and later l'origine culturelle. There's one activity about Abia, who you've seen in the movie with Claire. Oops, next page. Alors, Abia, le personnage du film Liaison, est de culture québécoise et de nationalité canadienne. Mais les ancêtres d'Abia sont d'origine ivoirienne. Notice here that you're saying they are of Ivoirian origin. Origine is feminine, so that's why ivoirienne is feminine. Mais les ancêtres d'Abia sont d'origine ivoirienne. Et vous, quelle est votre nationalité? Quelle est votre origine culturelle? Hint, hint. We'll be using this type of activity as a warm-up, but you also may have a pop quiz testing you on the difference between the country, the nationality, what, if you see the country l'Angleterre, England, what is the nationality? You would say, il est anglais, n'est-ce pas? What is the language? Anglais. Or, for example, les États-Unis, that's, the United States. Well, the nationality is not les États-Uniennes, it's Américaine, and the English is the language, l'anglais. Voilà. So, you will be expressing yourself. Remember that I talked to you about the first little lesson, to talk about someone being, il est italien, elle est italienne. However, you would say, c'est une italienne. Il est français, or c'est un français. Elle est italienne, c'est une italienne. It's just like that. You have these two variations. You either say c'est, then indefinite, un or une, with, c'est un homme italien, ou c'est une femme italienne, c'est une italienne. Or you just have il est, elle est, and then the adjective of nationality. Now, I did mention an exception, which you actually find right here. In writing, you will see people say, blank, Ying Chen est une écrivaine québécoise. Now, if that was just one sentence, Ying Chen est une écrivaine québécoise, it would be, more, it wouldn't be really correct to be saying that. I'm losing my train of thought. You would say Ying Chen est québécoise, Ying Chen est écrivaine, or c'est une écrivaine québécoise. But in writing like this, with the longer sentence that goes on, qui habite à Montréal, it's okay. Ying Chen est une écrivaine québécoise qui habite à Montréal. Elle est née à Shanghai, en Chine. Elle est donc d'origine chinoise. Son livre L'Ingratitude a obtenu le prix Paris-Québec. Ce livre est publié aux États-Unis en anglais sous le titre Ingratitude. Ying Chen écrit en français, mais elle parle aussi le chinois, le russe, l'italien et l'anglais. Voilà, donc elle est multilingue. Here, écrit, that means she writes in French. I encourage you not only to complete this activity, but to practice reading it out loud. It's full of vocabulary that you can recognize. There may be some new words and some new constructions, like elle est née, that means she was born. Elle est née à Shanghai. Donc, elle est d'origine chinoise. You also see the past tense for to receive. Elle a obtenu. She received the Paris-Quebec prize. Obtenu is really obtained, but they use it to say she received a prize. Elle a obtenu. This book is published in the United States in English under the title Ingratitude. Ying Chen writes et écrit en français, mais elle parle aussi le chinois, le russe, l'italien et l'anglais. So as I said, this first part of your online class will be spent working on playing, learning the new vocabulary, learning the countries. And then we'll go on to the next part in the next Tegrity, which looks at prepositions.